Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Sentinel 3.18. In this episode, we're going to be doing the gauntlet in 3 hours, and we get to register in 2. And I wanted to make a video going over some simple tips and tricks I would recommend of changes. I'm going to be doing minions, zombies, skeletons, keeping the minions alive. And then I want to tell you how to stay alive, because this is a gauntlet, hardcore SSF, where you have to live. So, how do you live in the gauntlet? Let's go started right now with this. Boom. This is just a tree. And what this tree shows you, is potential for, with no items, 3300 HP, 155 increased life, 8000 armor, 7000 evasion, enough mana without items to run all these auras of determination, grace, defiance, banner, vitality, and then it's a pride, divine blessing, life tap. I recommend. Okay, so the main thing here that we'll start with is in the beginning, I'm going to do a similar stuff to my soft core, but I'm gonna build more defensive. So in soft core, I just wouldn't really gear that much, but in this, I'll just gear like crazy and over level, so the minion survivability will go up and the accuracy, and then we'll gear our defenses. So my defenses that I'm going to prioritize are the elemental resistances, maybe some chaos when you can get it, usually just elemental in the beginning, and armor, and then evasion I prioritize a little bit more than I used to now. And you can get ES, it's not bad, it's extra defense, it's just that chaos goes through ES, so I don't, I don't rely on it. Because technically, if you're lower health and then chaos hits through your energy shield, then it kills you, and your ES was useless. So then, I want to talk about in the beginning. I'm probably gonna come out like this, get the minion offense with the extra zombie and skelly, and then I'm also gonna come rush into this for 2 points for the 20 minion LE res. And then I'm going to grab Grave Intentions and this Minion Defense Mastery for the Minion Leech, so that the minions can survive in the beginning. And then we'll go get Indom Army with the Minion Max Res and grab this whole wheel and all that. And then the minions should be pretty good with just this. And then we can go grab like Life and go to Death Attunement and get to try to get to Sacrifice after. We can come down here and grab Sacrifice. We could have just came through here and grabbed it, but I wanted to avoid Enduring Bond and go around and do my other pathing that I've been more used to. And then we want to come down through here because, well, you can grab this life node. You could also grab the max all res if you wanted. Technically, there's also the extra minion defense, so there's the regen here, and then we also have the decay ward, which is 30 block. I think in this gauntlet, the scariest thing for us is going to be spell projectiles, because the gauntlet is 1-2 extra projectiles, and then extra damage and AoE and less damage taken. So basically, the main thing is the extra proj with well, if you have a evasion, the attack projectiles won't matter. Getting the extra, it's fine. You'll just evade. With entropy, you're good. But with spells, you need spell suppression then, and you can't cap it on your minions. So then our alternative is what we did in softcore for the minions, which is just decay ward consistency. We're not doing the bone offering, and then we'll have the consistency through this. And then the ascendancy is normal, consistent. This is all. I grabbed more of the tree. We have no clusters. We have some jewel sockets that we could use for jewels we get. Jewels you can get are cobalt jewels with the minion LE res and the minion accuracy and the minion life and the minion damage, or even your own life, etc. Just good mods. A lot of stuff could work. It's SSF hardcore, right? And then You could also try to go for the golem jewels technically, but you really only, I'd only want the anima stone really. I'd get the golem jewels to make an anima stone. I might go golems because in SSF I don't have like really crazy jewels and I don't have all the, so maybe early golem jewels could carry me. But really it's not about the damn, it doesn't matter. You need to live, and then your minions need to live, and then the damage will come as we farm and get upgrades, and we gradually scale throughout the game. And I think the faster we get us to live and the minions to live and not never die, the better we will have. Because it's hardcore, the risk is too high. You can't risk it. You have to be like stupid too tanky. So my gear is gonna be really tanky, and even my build is really tanky. And I just put like what I need of minion defenses. I'd even want an extra dread march or 2 or 3, and then I could cut out the grave intentions, and then maybe get the leech through vitality, or like the anomalous vitality, or getting 1 feasting fiends. Depends on, like, I can get large clusters and medium clusters through highs, through my sentinel, through there's so many options for deli. We could even do deli mirror. There's so many options. It's and then like I said, the main thing in the beginning is gonna be capping my Ellie reses, and I'm gonna have them capped by level 12. We're gonna go, if you didn't know, real tips. There's more. Might be a little bit long. I have time to kill. We're waiting for the gauntlet. This is the real stuff that I've been thinking about. If you didn't know, in the beginning, you can actually craft elemental reses, for really cheap and at a low level. So level 12, you get the crafting bench, and you can craft 20 or 16 fire, cold, lightning. And this usually helps me get my Ellie res cap, and it only costs 1 transmute. It's really good. And then this is at Mervale. You can do this actually before Mervale. You just cap your cold res even without some sapphire rings. Boom, easy. Just some transmutes and you're done. And you should be easy tank Mervale with that cold res. And I would highly recommend capping all of them probably at that point, and then having decent armor already too, and probably decent evasion. Evasion's great. And wow, evasion is so good. And then I found out something else. So I have a list here. Let me look at it. The main hardcore differences. People usually will think, okay, so Ether, what about the 2 wands? Actually, in hardcore, I'm gonna go with shield the whole time from the beginning. Shield. The main reason is stats. I need defense. So if you look in POB, I'm gonna get, well, the block. I'll get I can get some extra spell suppression. That would really help. I would be able to get extra armor, evasion, depending on the base. Probably evasion because of the base. Probably just pure evasion because of the base. I might not even need grace, but it's gonna be so efficient with especially because the attack projectile. Grace is so needed in this. If there was a grace for spells, oh my god, with the entropy, dude, like, fuck spell block, I want this. And then I want, oh my god, it's so crazy. Alright, so here we have the shield. So what I noticed is on all the gear you get spell suppression at 45, 46, so basically at well, it would be, the base is Act 6. This will get you so much spell suppression across all your gear. It's actually insane that you can get that much spell suppression. So I would highly recommend this, since this is already like half or more of the max, and you get this as low as Act 6. So capping your spell suppression early through the shield, and then the rest of your evasion gear is going to be the way to go. Then you can also get max Ellie res at 75, 81, 2. And then you can get specific if you had the melding. You could also just say, I'm scared of DD at 68. You could get extra chaos if you were like Zabakwa. There's avoid Ellie ailments. There's just Ellie res in general. There's Dex. And then there's just a lot of defenses you can do. I think you could even do this as a Dex int and get like spell block. Let me There's a few more things. Spell block, yep. That's quite a bit. At level 30, you can already get 6% spell block, which isn't zero, I guess. And it's consistent. And that's without even having an influence. And then you can get a synthesis version that'll have life on block. But I don't know if you're gonna farm that. Block. It's not working. Either way, back to the video. The next step. Suppression early, play safe, over level, use your minion over levels because it's stats and minion HP and defense. Yeah, it's good. You can get pretty far with the minion scaling, it'll be pretty good. There was an idea to do purity of elements. Okay, so my auras in the build are determination, grace, defiance, banner, vitality, and then this pride, divine blessing, life tap, which is like it's gonna cost mana, and then I make it cost like it's a flat mana amount, but then it costs life, and this is from Darky Ben. I saw this, and like a lot of people have been doing this on a life build. After I switched to CI, I saw this, and I'll give credit to Ben. I saw Darky doing it, and that was pretty insane because not having to reserve the pride, yeah. And then it's an offensive aura, and this is kind of the thing I was talking about, but it's not AFK, but it's really powerful and worth it, right? It'll be less good with pride because it has to ramp up, but like increased duration would make a big diff. That's why I was looking at that, but it should be fine. And then technically I was also thinking about skitter bots, but I just don't have the reservation for this. I want skitter bots, I want purity of elements, but like vitality, defiance, grace, determination, these are all good too. So it looks like we'd want more reservation. And we want to run more stuff. So early charisma, get down to the influence, change this stuff after we're more comfortable, and then get the extra RMR from the tree, or I guess it's efficiency now, and then we could even have purity of elements and stuff. I found this really strong though, really powerful just to take this stuff and to drop it, because I thought potentially that a lot of stuff doesn't have ailments and then it won't matter. Then there's an extra thing, bleed immune from bone barrier. I recommend using the bone armor, endurance charges. We're gonna die to bleed. It's gonna be so scary. We need bleed flasks. I need to be very wary of bleed. Yep. Very scary. This gauntlet's gonna be insane. I figured that bleeds won't stack with the extra proj, it'll just have the extra damage, and it's like similar to normal bleed, and maybe I could run Relicash so I don't take the extra damage from bleed, since we're so weak to it. Maybe I get a void bleed, probably not though. There's bleed avoid over here, but probably not. I think endurance charges through my rare ring and rare rings and amulet, so if you don't know, do a June Unveil on ring, and you get endurance charge minimum. And for a divine orb, this is 4% physical damage reduction and 4% LE res. And then you can get this on the Ami and the 2 rings, so 12% phys damage reduction with the 10% from your tree from the bone barrier, and then there this is where, like, this is the point. Fizz hurts. It's why things like the Watcher's Eye are really nice for the extra fizz damage reduction. And so I'm probably also, this is where I'm leading into next. I didn't show, but this is the auras, and here we have the zombie, and like you see how I haven't really put it all. It's so much to plan to put together for a full guide for the gauntlet when for a last minute thing. I wasn't planning on doing this, so I'm just helping people with what I've come up with at least. So the idea is, if you're in the beginning, right, and you don't have you don't have anything, And then you can't get that Watcher's Eye, and you can't get the Fizz damage reduction, and that's probably your hardest thing. And then we could do like Lunaris or Solaris. So Solaris in a single encounter can give you Fizz damage reduction when there's one enemy. I'll show you that in game actually. Solaris get 6% damage reduction when there's physical damage reduction when there's only one nearby enemy. This can be 8% if there's 8 nearby enemies. But like the crit immune from this, so maybe in the beginning we'd use this when we don't have the crit immune yet because we don't have the extra unlock, and then like I said, we could use Relikesh to not even have the extra damage from the bleed running, and we take reduced physical damage over time. Like Fizz Dot, we could change into that. But just running gruthkul Solaris is pretty strong, and running gruthkul Lunaris is pretty strong just for a lot of extra Fizz damage reduction because it's such a big weakness in our build. And then I missed the basalt flask, dude. Oh my god, where's the basalt flask? The fizz. So then when I lead into my next thing, it's like, okay, so zombie skellies is our main thing. Ready? Well then, what about the carry-on golem? Well, we don't have the golem jewels. We don't have all the stuff. We don't get the extra. We don't have anything scaling. Do we need it? So then I go, actually, what do we need the most? The Chaos Golem appeared. And then you can get him up to 22 through the Ascendancy for free. So that last level is quite a lot of XP. But once you get him to 20, automatic. You don't even need a 21 version of this. So don't worry about that. The 21 would probably be like the zombie. I think I need to level zombies in my offhand. Zombies are leveling in my offhand for the 21 zombie or the 21 AG or the 21 Spectre. Probably the 21 zombie first because it's such a big priority in the build. And then the Chaos Golem could give me that 5% Fizz damage reduction, which is like 1.25 endurance charges. And technically, if I pathed this, I know I didn't path it, but I'm saying if you pathed it, because of some different, like going to this and changing up the whole thing to ES, potentially, it'd be pretty funny. So that with CI and already ignoring chaos, that you could, yeah, wow. So then with the extra golem and the golem buff effect, you get the 9% fizz damage reduction. So it's almost like an extra chaos golem if you're gonna run it in general. Just this the base, and then the stone golem, without just a level 20, is giving you 228 regen from my 460. It's not useless. It's half of my regen. It's pretty good. Where not even running the carry-on, so it's not a damage lot. It's just the points to. Oh, I'd already have one, but then I'm saying it like doubles the golem because I have none. So in the beginning, it's actually really powerful because when you have none, some increased effect is like more. Then it starts to have diminishing returns, so this beginning amount's actually insane, and then these are actual things we would want in our build. So because I hadn't chose a golem, I wasn't even showing you the golem yet, and it doesn't even have the Pantheons either, so you could have the Pantheons too. You'd get a lot tankier. It'd be a lot better against fizz damage, because that's one of the biggest worries. I'm scared of bleed just randomly melting me too fast and I can't react, where I'd rather be way more tanky than usual is my point. You want to be able to basically buy yourself time to actually play, and not just die instantly, because it's hardcore. You don't want to die. You want to always be able to like do something about it and live. So yeah, technically there's this, and yeah. But we won't worry about that extra golem thing for now. It would be without the stone, and you would just run the chaos. But the extra regen is pretty nice. I figure with life flask, like the regen is less important. The only because I could also log out or just portal out, where the regen is nice, but it's more like a degen, where the chaos golem will help me for the one shots. That fizz damage reduction is massive. Then there's technically also the next thing I was gonna say is the mods on like the helmet and maybe the chest plate and rings, physical damage taken as elemental from hits, even chaos, and these mods are really good for hits, but not for the dot. And the thing that would kill us the most is going to be the bleed. It's going to be the most scary, so I'm worried about that. And when we have really good physical damage reduction, then those hits won't even do as much anyways. And so overall, it's just going to be better. And then the other big thing that I'm going to be trying to do is probably getting all of my shit is going to be recombinated probably. I'm going to actually Sentinel and I'm going to try to print stuff and we're going to get I'm going to try to get things to recombinate and I'm going to try to make some crazy shit and it's going to be pretty fun. And I'm also, yeah, I'm probably going to have like Veil gear that I get off June and I'm going to do all the masters and I'm going to be doing like, oh my, what's my Atlas tree? I'm not skipping anything at the beginning. So then the main priority is out of all of these, to be honest, each master's pretty useful, but the main ones would probably be like the June, the Nico, or the Alva, and you don't really want to do the Nico without better gear. So it'd be like the Alva or the June, and then June is really good because you need the veils right away. Alva's better when you have stuff because you can actually recombinate the stuff you're getting again. It's like the same thing. It's probably like better when you're juiced up. So June's probably my best start, and I don't need to go to either of the blocks at the beginning. But then like in softcore, my main priority was getting to T16 as fast as possible and pushing my Alice and progressing to the end because you know then you make the most. Um, and so map sustain. I'm actually thinking that I could do something like that again where we come up through the June. But then Harvest seems really tempting, honestly. Harvest looks really good. The monsters dealing less damage sounds really fun too, actually. What if monsters just do less damage? And and then I can actually just choose the mechanics I want. Like, technically, I think everything's fine baseline without even buffing it. Like, at the beginning, everything is going to be absolutely insane and amazing and so cool. And it's kind of actually just prioritizing what I want at the beginning. And so the main stuff is Masters, probably, like June. And, I was thinking about Kirak, but I think it would just be June, and then I'm scared of strong boxes. Shrines are my godsend, so get me to shrines. I'm doing everything though. Like I probably won't skip much until later. I'll skip stuff when I have the things I need, but we have to pretty much get everything. Like I need everything. I need a little bit of everything, and then we can start to block shit and go specific after. But the main thing is gonna be doing everything and scaling through. Probably still going for early map sustain. So coming up through here, maybe getting the less damage and more life, just cause, and I can target any league mechanic I want at the beginning. So really, I think they're all fine, even without buffing them. So not blocking them and just doing league mechanics at the beginning and just playing the game, even without the tree, is gonna be fine. And then I'm going to I don't know. Like I have some ideas of like obviously I really like the shrines, but that was better when you click the shrines every map and you have enough chaos to put extra shrines and just use that to go crazy. Shrines are really, 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 really powerful though. But harvests are gonna get me the powerful crafts. A harvest is gonna get me progress. All of the stuff drops me loot, but then there's specific loot that I need to get. Like if I want essences, I have to do essence, so I might spec into some of the essence to get the shriekings and the deafening. I probably don't need to though, because I'm not an essence build. It would be nice for the deafening essence of fear, but maybe we could just get some screamings and upgrade it. And especially recombinating that shit after, or even just temple mods and recombinating, plus ones, etc. The craft of minion damage on your wand or whatever. So many options. There's other things to do with the essence too of making recombinators easier crafting later. So maybe not at the beginning, but for later. It is really nice for crafting reses on gear, but you could pretty much just do this with harvest. Harvest is really strong. Um, the only reason to do essence is because it gets stored and you can trade it and it's stackable. Um, so then I actually have a point saved here. Uh, you need bases and stuff to craft on though, so I think expedition is really good at the beginning, and you don't even really need the nodes, but when you get the nodes, it's even better. I think it's just gonna be fine even without the nodes. I'm gonna be happy whenever I see anything. It's gonna be the first impression probably, and then it's gonna be surviving. Um, so then, yeah, my main things, I think I need the unveils at the beginning because such powerful crafts, and I could even get powerful gear for free from the June. Technically, same with these two, but that's better when I have the Recombinators. I'm more established because of the powerful mods that are there and what could drop. And then, like I said, I'll probably start with a lot of stuff on the thing and do a lot of shit, and then take them off later if I don't need it anymore, or if I'm trying to specialize on some stuff. And I still like the whole shrines, but then, yeah, the map device is like harvest, deli, all this crazy shit. So if I get chaos, I could do that, or I could just use it to craft. I can just use all the resources I get. So technically, metamorph for catalyst, shrines for mapping, speed, clear, actual like greatness, and then harvest for crafting up my gear and getting good crafts and progressing. Honestly, it's really important. And then these for the double damage, maybe minion attack speed ones. This is minions are aggressive, minions crit multi, um, delve, and then there's Einhar crafting too is really good. So we'll save up the Einhars and then do special Einhar shit after, which that shit's actually crazy because Einhar is the beasts are insane. So you need a little bit of gear for that too. And then technically there is some ritual specific stuff, but it's just fine in general. It'll just be loot. Deli, I need the clusters potentially. I don't need them, but it'll be nice to have the mediums, and it's just efficient to have a large. At least one large is good. One medium, two mediums is good. That's just good in general. Anything more isn't needed, but nice. And then crafting, it'll be I use harvest probably. So I'm probably gonna spec into harvest pretty early. Maybe not the extra monster and the extra XP because that sounds rippy, but the extra harvest, the extra crafts, the extra chance for harvest, the extra chance for not to wilt and the sacred blossom, like all this sounds insane. With and then the map sustain early. This sounds amazing, bro. This sounds absolutely incredible. Um, the only issue I see is if I find stuff and then I don't have anything to sacrifice yet, so it helps to have some loot to sacrifice, but I think it's still really powerful even in the beginning for all the crafting, even on the bad gear, because I showed how I could get, like, basically spell suppression cap at, like, Act 6 or something, which is pretty crazy. And then technically for this gauntlet, I have to do everything. Like I'll have to spec into all the shit, like the breaches, the legions, all the shit, right? Well, not maybe not legion. Do I need legion? 5-way map device. If I do legion 4-way, I could probably set that up, and and then you have heist. I'll probably have to do quite a bit of heist. I can target some stuff in heist too. I can target stuff with Sentinel. I can target stuff with, like, I think we're gonna be good, dude. I think we're fine. Like, and then the point is, I could target a nulls through Harby. Probably just good in general to be running Harby to have extra X and extra nulls, right? This is stuff I don't normally need in trade because I could just buy them, but they're so valuable and I use them the most. And I realize with harvest, you need a nulls and you need like X for the crafting to be able to do prefix this cannot be changed, suffix this cannot be changed. You also have to get those crafts and you also have to get to the point where you can actually do that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But yeah, we could just even use the crafts on gear and just try to craft extra gear. And then my other idea was to try to get extra bases and craft on extra bases and have multiple attempts at good gear instead of just relying on rolling over one, right? trying like if I get multiple of the same base, then I could try to beat the item and make another one. And like it was trade where you're making for profit, but I'm just trying to beat my own items with other items. If I could get more than one, it's SSF, so we'll see if I can get more than one. Is usually hard enough of an item, and then you're like, yeah, let's craft it, but maybe. And then I'm definitely not taking this. I don't think I take the extra downside of the altars. I think I just play normal, and then we probably scale it up to the bosses and do all that. And I might actually spec into this to roll a bunch of sextants at once and then take this out and be efficient, because every point matters. So I might pre-roll a bunch of sextants later when I have sextants built up and stuff. I was also, in general, while I'm running the harvest, I'll get all the league mechanics as I didn't block them, and I could spec into some league mechanics, but really, like, the only other one would be maybe some June, but in the beginning I'm just getting the extra June missions, because it was just something to path through. I could take the extra June stuff in the beginning. But this whole thing seems really good to go harvest or essence or expedition, the things that get you to the powerful items. Expedition vendors is really important, I think, and harvest and the harbies and the essence, the crafting stuff is so big. This is crafting, like, and then we're sending over combinators with the delve and the alpha. This has so many opportunities. So I just have to make it. Yeah, that's if I make it to maps. Yeah, I spent that long on that part. Make it to maps, forehead. So yeah, making it to maps, like I said, res cap in the beginning. To get your chaos up after, probably too. Have pretty much as much armor and evasion as possible in your gear. I'm gonna be running a defensive like crazy. I'm gonna be playing through, and I have a pretty offensive tree actually for being such a defensive auras and defensive. I'll be defensive gear, like I said. As much armor evasion as possible, as much life as possible, cap your reses, even overcap for curses potentially, and then also the final thing is spell suppression at 45, 46. Wow, it's so insane that you can do that. Chaos Golem 6, Stone Golem, Extra Golem if you go for this node instead of some of the pathing I did. I don't know, it's pretty cool. I want to be down here for that extra minion survivability. It costs a lot, but it's pretty cool, and then it makes it easier to swamp to the ES, and I could have that crafting as I go. It's pretty cool. It's the ES is kind of like if I can recombulate some stuff onto ES and make that work. There's potential. There is potential for that. Because we got so good with recombulators that there is a chance that I could make some crazy stuff in this. I can't wait to play. We have 2.5 hours. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this has helped you, could help you at all at home. And now you are prepared for the gauntlet. Pog. I just want to show, I actually had them at 3k accuracy at this low of a level. There was only a 19 zombie. It doesn't even have like any gear, and yeah, I got 3k. It was pretty good with just the tree and the accuracy on this node. Pretty sick. Yeah. And then they have pretty good survivability too for just this, for being a level 19. It was pretty sick. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for having. Good luck in the gauntlet. As is always says, die less than he does. Dude, if I don't die, it's not hardcore. Easy. This was a lot of stuff. I hope this could help you at home. If you decide to run Purity of Elements, or I missed one. Wait. I actually missed something. There's Tempest Shield, because I'm running a shield. Why wouldn't I run Tempest Shield? And then I don't need Purity of Elements. Oh, duh. Wait, oh, there we go. And there's the extra spell block for the gauntlet. That's what you need. Wait, that's my missing thing. I got it right at the end. Oh my god. There, my final prep. Dude, what the hell? This is so OP. Grants immunity to shock. Buff grants chance to block spell damage while holding a shield. There you go. There you go, dude. GG. I just have to fit in the extra reservation. We'll make it work. It's fine, dude. That's definitely worth it. Holy shit, man. So you just, what, take out all that and, You see my problem? You see my problem, dude? It's pretty cool, though. It's pretty cool with that. That looks really cool. We'll have to see. We'll have to work it out. Tempest Shield. That's insane. That's insane. Oh my god. So much tank, dude. You could be so tanky, dude. Sick. Because we're actually running a shield. Nice. Well, if this has helped you, like the video. And if you guys like the video and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you guys are notified of the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! Good luck in the gauntlet. Hope you guys get a mage blood. Easy game.